So here we are with some beautiful elderberry bushes. We found these on a trail here in Pennsylvania. This plant is an amazing plant. It's been with us as humans for a very long time as well. It's got a lot of folklore attached to it. Elderberry in this instance may be Sambucus cadenensis, which is the North American elderberry. The black elderberry has naturalized here in the US, so this could also be Sambucus nigera as well. They look pretty similar as far as the ID goes, and that's why I'm not quite sure which variety this is, but both are highly medicinal. So let's talk a little bit about them. So elderberry has some distinctive features to it. We'll start off looking at the leaves in a closer manner. Each leaf is toothed on all the edges with no lobes. And what that means is that you have a nice, clear, almost almond-shaped leaf. The texture of the leaf is also not too rough. It's got some softness to it. And on the underside of the leaf, you have a lighter green color as well. When you crush the leaves, you don't really get much of a scent at all because there's no oils in this plant. The leaves are also structured opposite from each other along the branches, along the stems. So when we look at the whole entire structure, you'll have two leaves opposite from each other going along, usually in threes, and then ending with a final leaf in the center at the very end of the stem. Elderberry is one of my favorite plant allies for lots of reasons. One of my favorite ways of using this plant is its syrups and its cordials and elixirs, which are excellent for supporting our immune system. The reason is because the berries, which are so prolific, do a great job at giving us bioflavonoids and other elements that our body needs when we're battling colds and flus. It also has been found that the elderberry strengthens our cells' walls so that viruses cannot penetrate those walls and replicate. And that's super handy whenever it's cold and flu season. Elderberry is one of my favorite plant allies, and there's so many reasons why it's near and dear to my heart. Its physical medicine is very well known. Most of us have heard of using elderberry syrups during cold and flu season to strengthen our immune system and help us get over the illness faster. What I'd like to do is dive deeper into the energetic medicine of this plant because that's not seldom explored. So you may be wondering why we would use plants for spiritual practices. And the reason is that plants link us to the direct energy of the landscape or to Mother Earth. They are the gatekeepers, the wisdom keepers of our spirit bodies because they are always present around us. They are always with us through life and through death. Elderberry belongs to the hedge. It is one of those plants that takes us gently by the hand and guides us down the path into the spirit world. It tends to live on the hedge, and that's how we know this kind of information. This elderberry plant behind me here is on the edge of a forest, and behind the camera we see a marsh. Any plant that lives at the edges of the forest are boundary keepers for the spirit world. There's also lots of folklore surrounding the elderberry. It's definitely linked to the fairy realm. In European traditions, if one falls asleep taking a nap under an elderberry bush during Midsummer Eve, you can walk into the fairy realm and explore those worlds. It also is a plant of big protection as well. What I have found in my practice as an herbalist and a witch is that the physical action that plants give us, our bodies, tend to do the same thing with our spirit bodies. As I said before, when we take elderberry syrup, that delicious elixir strengthens our cellular walls so that viruses don't penetrate. You can also say the same when we take that kind of medicine in. Our own personal boundaries are going to be strengthened as well. This is imperative so that we walk through this world feeling strong, secure, and grounded. And also so that we do not bleed into other people, taking on their emotions, their troubles, their problems. If we have strong boundaries in our lives, we can lead a life worth living, full of joy, purpose, and happiness.